This week we have an offshore adventure for you. Hi, I'm Henry Washuk. Welcome to another great episode of Fishing Hotspots. We're going to be working offshore just outside of Englewood, Florida, and looking for a variety of fish, whether it be snapper, grouper, and so on. But I know one thing for sure, the AJs are there and they're always fun, especially on artificials. Hey, sit back and enjoy another great show.
Fishing Hotspots with host Henry Washuk is brought to you by Boston Whaler, the unsinkable legend. Live Target, lifelike lures. Mudhole, your one-stop shop for rod building and tackle crafting needs. And Sunset, sun and bug protection.
Look at that. Look at the size of this fish. Beautiful.
This week, Henry and good friend Kyle Martin head offshore only a few miles from Englewood Beach, Florida, for a fun day on the water. The winter has been a cool one, and the waters are just starting to warm up, so the plan is to chum the waters and bring the fish to the back of the boat. There'll be a mix of fish from lane snapper to AJs and a big fish or two. Our IGFA World Record section will feature the awesome Goliath grouper, so you know there'll be some big fish entries for sure. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with some rod-bending action from Southwest Florida. Coming up, the hunt for lane snapper.
There he is. I want to see one of those big mangrove snapper.
Fishing Hotspots is brought to you by Snapper Up Chum. Non-frozen, ready to use. Get more snapper with Snapper Up.
This week, our fishing adventure takes us to a well-known GPS fishing spot in Southwest Florida, just northwest of Englewood Beach. It's called the Boxcars. These types of man-made reef locations are available free online. However, you never know how the bite will be on these type of spots, but the experimentation is always fun. One thing for sure, if you're prepared with chum, light and heavy tackle gear, there's always a fish or two that will take your bait. After getting to the spot, the guys marked a lot of fish and made a few drifts, and then anchored up. Chum bags out and the snapper bite came on first.
There we go. Not as big.
Grunt.
It might be. Well, we got another snapper.
Good. All right, be a little bit of filleting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a little bit bigger.
Looks a little better.
Yep. Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. Whoo, baby. Good size there. Look at that pretty fish finger. Ha ha.
There we go.
All right. Oh, double header.
Double header.
All right. Oh, I lost mine.
Another nice snapper.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Good one. Now we're talking. Yeah, I can count 10 fish fingers from you.
Another good fish for the box.
Little guy. Hey, buddy. I'm gonna let you go.
Hank's Tip of the Week is brought to you by Mudhole, your one-stop shop for rod building and tackle crafting needs.
You know, I tell people when you go out bottom fishing, try to use the lightest gear that you can. You know, with a nice spinning rod, you know, it's nice and light. You don't have to go really heavy line. Biggest thing is your leaders and so on that you're using. But most people will use what I call just a regular dropper rig, and that's where the weight will slide down to the hook. and you can see that, and that's fine. And it's an easy way to fish, but you know, to me, a lot of times snapper get finicky and grouper and so on. So you get a rig similar to this, and it's pretty simple to do. This is just a crimp tool. All you do is have a crimp tool. If you use it for other things, you grab one of these, you slide it on the line, and all you do is crimp it down maybe 3-4 inches from a swivel. And therefore the weight cannot drop any lower than that. So now you've got at least, you know, 1.5 to 2 feet of line. So when this is hitting bottom, there's your hook with whatever bait. Using really a 3/0 circle hook is just perfect. Tie that to your main line, and it's a simple rig. And I always rig up 2 or 3 of them, because if you get broken off and so on. But like I said, when you're fishing snapper in spots where there are Goliath grouper, you got to be ready, because I says that fish is going to continue taking your food that you want to take home for that odd snapper. So make sure you have at least one good heavy rod, good for Goliath grouper. Rig it up. I like to use really monofilament, like I'll use 300 or 400 pound test line there. Go to a wire leader to your hook, whether you use a straight hook or a circle hook. But I'm telling you what, you'll get those Goliath grouper out of the way so you can continue snapper fishing and bring some fish home. This one's yours. So you know, even if I hook up, I'm passing the rod. I'm gonna sit in this rod holder. It's got your name on it.
I'm ready.
All right, we've been robbed already, so he's here. Can't even fish for the snapper. There. Oh, here we got a bite. Oh yeah. Okay. Listen, we didn't, just gonna put the chum out, huh? All right. All right. All right. Okay. Nothing like singing soprano. All right. And the thing is, you know, we're coming out here to snapper fish. This is what people, you know, they complain about, because I mean, the Goliath grouper have rebounded, and you got to have that rod there, because, you know, they're just taking all the snapper that we have and grouper, and so you might as well have fun. But I tell you, they're on every, yeah, they're on every wreck. Well,
Maybe I can get my harness up there.
you want, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Is that a good position?
See, once you get hooked in like this, you can really horse them.
Now I tell you, this is not cheating. This is just to make yourself feel comfortable. You don't know what it's like to go home with bruises in your stomach and your thighs, and my goodness. All right. Oh, here he comes.
Got color. All right.
All right. Look at this beauty. That's the guy that's the culprit, stealing all our snapper and grouper. What a gorgeous fish, though. The modeling on these guys, it's amazing, you know? All right, so you got all the rigging coming off. We'll come down here. All right, let's see how this one's hooked. All right. What do you
Boy,
think?
when they clamp down on that hook,
Oh, I know, it's...
it's in there, Henry.
You want pliers?
I think I can get him.
Good job.
There he goes.
Okay. Wow, that's a beauty.
Sure is a good one.
Yeah.
They are fun.
All right, let's see if he should be able to go back down.
It's gonna give him a nice good shove.
Come on, baby. Oh, there he goes underneath.
There he goes.
Hey,
Good job, man. Boy, that's a blast.
Coming up, fishing deep water structures.
Fishing Hotspots with host Henry Waschuk is brought to you by Motor Guide, trolling motors engineered for anglers.
When it comes to fishing reefs and structures, the first thing to do is not anchor up. Once you hit the GPS coordinates, check out your sonar to see the fish activity. Put your boat in neutral to see how it will sit after anchoring, as it deals with the current and winds. Start fishing with some light tackle rigs as you drift over the spots to see what's biting. Another trick is to troll over and around these GPS coordinates and keep an eye on your sonar for bait balls. If you haven't hooked up within 15 to 30 minutes or so, then it's time to drop anchor and start a chum slick going. This will get the smaller fish fired up, and you know the bigger ones will come too. After catching numerous lane snapper, Henry noticed a number of big fish coming through and leaving on the Ray Marine unit and figured they had to be AJs. So the guys decided to pull anchor and make some casts around different structures.
Yeah, gal.
Okay. Okay. Got you fooled again. Oh man, there's nothing like fishing artificials. I tell you what. Oh, smoker.
He's got a little more muscle to him.
Yeah. Oh man. You know, a lot of people say, you know, you set a drag not too tight. And what I do, you just have to be careful. You can hold a spool a bit between your hand like that on your thumb, just to slow down a bit. But just be careful, don't get your fingers caught in that reel, because it will hurt. All right. So what do you think, Kyle? Are you sold on jigs?
Yeah, I'm really into the live bait, but I think you're selling me.
All right. Come on, buddy. All right, buddy. Oh, look at these. Look at this guy up in here. Look at the belly. Somebody wanted to get after this one. That would definitely be a Goliath.
Yep.
Man, oh man. These fish are in dangerous territory between Big Hank and the Goliath. All right. I don't know if you can get that jig. It's easier. I don't think he was going to get off, eh?
Nah, he wasn't going anywhere.
Oop. Good job, though. All
There
right.
you go.
Yep, thanks. Got it. All right. Let's have a quick look at this guy. Beauty.
This week's Fish Eye is brought to you by Ray Marine. Go hunting underwater.
The Goliath grouper is a territorial fish, so it defends against all predators, even people. Considered one of the largest fish in the sea bass family, it can reach the size of a motorcycle, 400 to 800 pounds, and lengths of 8 feet. They love to stay in holes, crevices, and structure for an easy attack. That's why so many anglers get upset when they bottom fish. Just as they get hooked up on a nice grouper or snapper, thump. A Goliath inhales it whole, and the angler has no chance to retrieve his catch. That's what happened with Kyle's snapper. Some say they have poor fighting qualities. Well, think again. They've taken anglers into the water. They've broken more anglers' rods than any other fish species. And add all the rod butt bruises, the fight might be relatively short, but you'll certainly feel it the next day. Formerly known as the Jewfish, they were harvested with ease in the early years, as these photos illustrate. The Goliaths are characterized by their broad head, round tail, small eyes, and short dorsal spines. They're brownish in color with a mottled pattern and small black spots on their fins. The juveniles have the most incredible body coloration and features. Goliath grouper are eating machines. They eat crustaceans, rays, and other fish, almost anything, and they're very aggressive when they want to eat. The Goliath grouper has survived millions of years by defending its own, so don't think you're going to win every battle on rod and reel.
All right. Rockport Rattler. I knew those fish were there. We were you know, now we started to make a drift. We were anchored up and, oh yeah, oh yeah. Now you're showing your,
There you go.
come on, get up. There's a lot of structure here. You can see all these boats around. Guys run out on calm days like this just because they can get out in their boats, but oh yeah, good head shakes. Oh yeah. Hey, this isn't any fun. Oh.
I love it.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, Kyle, you and I have tried to fish, what, over a year together with my travels and stuff, and so it's awesome to be out here. You know.
Well, it's my pleasure. It's been a great time.
Yeah. All right.
Kind of a mixed bag today of everything, too.
Oh, that's all right. You go with the flow, right?
Absolutely.
Yep. Okay.
You got color.
Oh, yeah.
See how long that lasts before he makes another run.
Well, you know, the thing is, I don't know how big he is, so it's hard to tell sometime. And with the Goliath groupers that are here, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right, just barely hooked there. All right. Good job.
Gorgeous
Yeah.
fish.
Oh, look at this.
We got somebody else today.
Look at this. Hey, this is your lucky day, in a way. Oh, yeah. Let me open the bail here. So you can see he's broken somebody else off. There's the line right there. And because he fought and broke it off, maybe on the wreck or something, but okay, that hooks out. And the one that fooled him, there you go. Nothing like the Rockport Rattler. What can I tell you? All fish. That's a keeper there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It'll make some nice smoked fish dip.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great fish.
Coming up, a 680-pound Goliath grouper.
This portion of Fishin' Hotspots with host Henry Waszczuk is brought to you by the IGFA, the home of world record fish.
We're sticking with the Goliath grouper for this week's featured IGFA World Records fish. The Goliath grouper is not shy when it comes to boats, divers, or stealing a meal from anyone and everyone. Check out this monster that snagged a bait on the surface.
Oh, right there. They're right here. They're right here. Look, they're right here. That's a Goliath! Look at a Goliath! Oh my gosh, they're right here! Look at them, dude! Oh! Right here! Oh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, dude! Are you kidding me? Dude, look at those things! Oh my gosh!
He's hungry.
In review of line class record, imagine fighting a 300-pound plus Goliath on 6-pound test. Yep, that's an IGFA line class record, and there's a lot more. These fish are found both inshore and offshore. They normally travel in schools, but one thing for sure, they fight hard, and they just don't give up. Look at the size of this Leviathan. Here's another monster. He could swallow a person in one gulp.
Oh, he's a hungry one.
Come on, baby. Come on.
There you go. It's like, yeah, right, I got plenty of pressure on him.
Jeez. Look at this guy. Woo, he's nice. All right, look at this. Look at this beauty. Oh,
Nice
now see, now you can relax. It's about a 4 to 5 minute sting, burn, and laughter, and you land a fish like this. Oh, oh, Ben, good one. Ooh, baby.
Hey, look,
Somebody else had a little hook in them. Ooh. You know, and they're protected still. And you just turn you over. There you go. Beautiful.
I'm holding that whole fish by my hand. He's trying to get us on the pilings. He's killing me. Look at that fish. Oh my goodness. Oh gosh. Oh my God. Thank you, Jesus. Look at that monster. This stuff is absolutely amazing. Crazy fishing. Did you guys see that? Yeah, I'm gonna try to get him. I'm gonna try to grab him. I don't know what I'm gonna do right now. I'm so tired. I don't even know how to grab the fish. You gotta give me a moment. No. I know you can rip me out. I know, baby boy. Monster, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call you baby boy. You guys, I ain't bringing her in. She's too big. Too big.
Henry and Captain Ben Chansey have certainly hooked a lot of big boys over the years.
This is my biggest ever.
How about this incredible world record Goliath grouper? It was caught at Fernandina Beach, Florida, back in May of 1961 by Lynn Joyner, and it weighed in at an amazing 680 pounds. The International Game Fish Association statistics show that the Florida Keys are by far the biggest producer of world record Goliath grouper entries, over 50%. Flamingo comes in second, and then Southwest Florida, with an emphasis on the Gulf of Mexico.
How about those world record Goliath grouper giants or what, you know? And when you're fishing on those wrecks and you're catching and having a lot of fun with AJs and snapper and whatever, you know, if they bother you, just hook one up. You know, they won't bother you again. It's always a lot of fun when you get offshore. Hopefully you enjoyed the show. I'm Henry Waschuk, and we'll see you next week on another great episode of Fishing Hotspots.
Well, next week is going to be one incredible show as we feature the top 10 international fishing spots that we fished over the years, all in one amazing program, right here on Fishing Hotspots.
Closed captioning has been provided to you by Gasparilla Marina. Fishing Hotspots with host Henry Waschuk was brought to you by Boston Whaler, Live Target, Mudhole, and Sunset.
Oh, nice! Look at that. Look at the size of this fish. Beautiful.